morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to XPO391. You are now rocking with the best of them indeed. Shout out to Niagara, Gardner, Rafterman, Punish GT, the rest of the pumpers here deep in the blockchain battlefield trenches. I need you guys touching the buttons, like, subscribe, post notification, ding, ding. I'm not sure it does anything, but it looks good. It looks good to have more likes, and I want us looking good out there. Shout out to Marlon. Shout out to the boomers out there. Everything looking good. Ether, Tron, and the crypto prices continue to rise. We're covering the kapump here. It's looking good. We cracked through that resistance level yesterday for Bitcoin at $9,600, and the path to 10,000 seems to be opening up. And we may hit it today or not. Let's see. The altcoins are gaining weight. We'll be checking out our altcoin portfolio. Let's see if it's outperforming Bitcoin and more. But first, let me give a quadruple shout out to all the boomers: Marlon, Anthony, Niagara, Crypto Stash, Rafterman, XPO, GT, all the pumpers out there. I told y'all, get that ETH and the TRX bags loaded. I got my first class ticket to the moon. Shout out to Marlon. Boom. Although nobody's ever been to the moon, guys. But that's a whole nother stream. Anyhow, shout out to Crypto Stash. I see you with the trophies. Shout out to Anthony. Good morning to all the boomers out there. It's looking strong. It's looking real strong. Let me turn off these coins. I'll share my screen with you. We'll go over the prices. Let's see if there's any breaking information. What's breaking really is the path to 10,000. It seems to be there. I mean, there's a clear path to 10K. We may hit it today, tomorrow, but 10K is around the corner, coming soon to a coin market cap near you. Crypto Don Juan's here. Gardner's here. Stash is here. Anthony's here. All the boomers are here. We got about 13, 14 concurrent viewers right now. I need you guys kabooming, smashing, pounding the like, whatever you like, caressing it, molesting it. Do something to it right now. I need you touching that like immediately. Slowbos is here. Kaboom. Guys, Ether is finally pumping, okay? Ether's kind of been lagging behind Bitcoin. I mean, it's still moving, and it's here to stay. But, it hasn't had those movements like the bits have, or like some of the other altcoins. But today, it's actually moving. And that's good news. I got a baggie of Ether. I'm not as bullish like some others are, but I'm here with the Ether bags, and I got some. I don't have the 32 ETH, but some people are trying to stack them. Some people do. They're saying that 32 ETH is what's going to be required to stake the ETH once they unlock that proof of stake. I've been waiting around for years now, but it seems like we're getting closer. Like is hit, says Rafterman. If we can stay at 10K before halving, it's going to be a legendary 2020. Hopefully. And what I've been saying for some time now, I think 2020 is about staying above 10K for the majority of the year. So if we can get over that 10K and just remain above 10K, Bitcoin has never had a year where it stays above 10K for more than, 5-6 months. So, that's what it is, guys. That to me is the actual goal. Forget about all-time highs, although we may hit them. That to me is not personally the goal. It's about staying above 10K. I do expect maybe a sell-off when we get close to 10K, and then a pullback, and then we have to attack and test it again. Like we said yesterday, the path to 10K and to the all-time highs is going to be met with sell-offs, with some battles out there on the field. So that's what's going on. Crypto Don Juan's here. Slowbos is here. Rafterman Marlon says, hope you got your 32 ETH. Ether improvement proposal was completed and will be implemented sometime next month. Let's see. I mean, I've heard that, and I'm not entirely convinced that it's going to happen next month, but hopefully. Now, I'm convinced that it eventually is going to happen. It may take 10 years. It may take one day. I don't know. But, shout out to those that are positioning themselves to get those 32 ETHs and hopefully stake. I just didn't go that route. I just, I kept getting more bits, and more bits. But I'm not mad at you guys that are getting those 32 ETH. I like ETH. I got a bag of ETH. I think DeFi is here to stay. I think that ETH has some very talented developers working on the platform. And although it may not have the scalability that some want it to have. It has that first mover advantage. Years early, it's just February. Indeed, it's been a kabooming January, guys. A kapumping January out there. Let's check out the charts. You can see my trading view charts over here. Let me look at the 1 day. Look at the 1 day. This 1 day is looking like a 3-month chart right now. The 1 day chart is looking like a 3-monther, like a 6-monther. It's looking strong out there. I don't want any complaints. And I want nothing but positive movements, positive energy, and positive vibrations here, because the bits, they're resurrecting from the $3,000 price that it was at back in 2019 at the beginning. So, I mean, straight up gains out here, guys. Straight up gains. Mark D's looking to bring his Tesla profits back into crypto, Bitcoin, or alts. Mark, I'm not anybody's crypto advisor or crypto daddy. I have... my opinions only. And my opinion is, Bitcoin. The majority should be in Bitcoin, although we may see some altcoins gain more weight than Bitcoin. Now, we created a community portfolio just with altcoins a few days ago, where we're trying to manage a portfolio virtually, not for real, but virtually, treating it as if it was real. And we're trying to outperform Bitcoin with the altcoins. So let's see. But, what I would always say to everybody, and this is my opinion because I'm not any crypto pro advisor or anything like that, is secure your Bitcoins. Secure your bits, and then you can worry about the alts and these other small fry, these little baby bear cub coins. And that's my opinion out there. Now, some boomers may just throw it all into altcoins, and they may find those unicorns, and they may pump. Listen, if you were a crazy wild crypto maniacs that just is out here for the profit, you could have gotten in Satoshi Vision in January and pumped it and won, even though it looks like fake Toshi, if you ask me. That's what's going on. So I'm gonna say conservatively, Bitcoin. I'll start with Bitcoin. I'll be your crypto daddy, says Marlon Jones. And daddy says, make sure you have ETH, says Marlon. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I have ETH. I do. I got some ETH. I got some blue chippers. But, like I've said before, my mission has been more about stacking the bits than anything. And that's me personally. Everybody has a different strategy. And some work, some don't. Some, work for others. Some don't work. I mean, it depends what your goals are. But, to those stacking those 32 ETHs, I can't be mad at you guys. I can't be mad at you guys, because it could win, Secure the ETH back, says Niagara Gardner. And listen, don't sleep on ETH Classic. ETH Classic appears to be attracting those decentralized finance applications and, attracting the developers of the DeFi application. So ETH Classic's been another one that's gained weight this past month, the year to date. So let's go ahead and check out today's math over here on CoinMarketCap. Everything's looking healthy. Shout out to everybody that joined me on D Live yesterday. I did another stream on D Live. We streamed early yesterday on the tubes, and then I told you guys I was going to go straight to D Live, but I wasn't able to because I had some commitments. But I ended up coming on D Live on the afternoon, and we had some good open discussions. And I'm liking D Live, guys. I like D Live. I don't want to give YouTube all the juice. So, I continue to fire it up over there and make sure that we have an alternative space to convene at, okay? Because at any moment, they could pull the plug here. Although, I must be honest, ever since that YouTube purge that happened in December, and then they somehow corrected it, saying it was a mistake, since then, I haven't been seeing, I've seen less funny bunny on my end. Less subscribers being pulled, and I won't say more views or anything, but less throttling, and I've noticed here, even on the live streams, they've been throttling a little less. So that's a good thing. Bitcoin Cash is flying. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is flying. We'll talk about that in a moment. I'm not mad at Bitcoin Cash. I like the revolutionary attitude with Bitcoin Cash. They kind of went their own way, or not kind of, they did go their own way. And, being associated with that Bitcoin brand is a boom. We've seen Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, and those forks of Bitcoin. All of them have gained weight. Okay, it's just that brand name carries a lot of confidence, I assume. So that's what's going on. Let me check out today's math over here on CoinMarketCap. Hit refresh. We got the coin market cap looking good, 276 billion. Are we on the path to 300 billion? Hopefully. Bitcoin dominance is decreasing, which signals to me that more capital is moving into the altcoins. Bitcoin dominance at 64.4. You got Bitcoin looking strong, almost up 4% at 97.91. It topped off today, an all-time high for the past 24 hours at 98.57. That was its 24-hour all-time high so far. You could see Ripple is not really moving. It's at 27 cents. Bitcoin Cash has moved a lot. It's up 3% today, but yesterday it really took a pump as well. Bitcoin Cash at almost $450 at 443. You got even Bitcoin Satoshi Vision testing the $300 range again at 298. Guys, I don't understand how this coin maintains itself in the top 5. Is it just because of the Bitcoin brand, or, you know, apparently some people believe in the fake Tosh. February 4th was supposedly the day that he was going to unlock the wallet. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen any coins move, so I don't believe the hype. Litecoin at 73 bucks. Litecoin's been performing well. Shout out to the lights. Let there be light. I got a baggie of lights, and let's see what happens to it. EOS at 459. EOS is here to stay, guys. I think they're paying the Pied Piper. I'm starting to get a little bit more promotions from the Voice DApp, although I don't particularly get excited about that Voice DApp and its KYC. I think there's going to be something there. Okay. Binance is up as well, looking strong, up almost 6.5% today, $20. Cardano's at 6 cents. Tron is performing. And, you know, I'm not really a Tron maniac. I'll be honest with you. I've every time I look into Tron, it comes across as a little Chinese scammy to me. But at the same time, I do recognize that Mr. Justin Sun is a strong marketer, and their partnerships now with BitTorrent and DLive are attractive. So that's what's going on. But I do not have bags of Tron. You got Tezos looking good as well. Tezos has performed very well. We added Tezos to our altcoin portfolio bag. This is another smart contract platform that appears to have some promise. Ether Classic, we spoke about it. It's down slightly today, but it's performing very well. ETH Classic there at 12.05. Stellar at 6 cents, almost 7 cents. And of course, Monero at $79. The truest crypto coin in the top 20 is Monero, guys. It is what it is. Just because it's the truest crypto coin doesn't mean it's going to be the most expensive one. We already know, guys, that just because you're true to the crypto ethos, or if you're true blockchain or decentralization, all that stuff doesn't matter directly when it comes to price. Right now, it's about hype and confidence. Okay, that's how a coin like Satoshi Vision can pump itself so high, because of the hype. Just a bunch of hype, guys. You know, I don't see anybody really using SV or anything like that. You know, right now it's a bunch of hype. A lot of these coins are a bunch of hype. A true crypto, though, is Monero, XMR. It does hit all the beats. And I've said this before. I think that when some people buy Bitcoin, they're really buying it for the reasons that they should be buying Monero. They're thinking that they're getting a coin like Monero when they're getting a surveillance coin like Bitcoin. But, you know, that being said, people don't care about their privacy out there. They're throwing their whole life on Instagram and on Facebook. So I don't think privacy is going to be as much of an issue as some of the Bitcoin maximalists might deem it to be. Okay, you know, the layman, the normies, the simpletons out there, they don't care about privacy. You know. So that being said, I do think that there is room for growth in the privacy sector, because maybe some whales would care about it. But as far as like mainstream, it doesn't really matter. Look at Facebook. How many times have they leaked data on everybody and people still use it? You know, not the champ. You won't catch the champ out there. But the normies, the simpletons, they use it. They don't care about their privacy. So, you know, that's what's going on. Rafterman loves the lights. People want their privacy, and the only way to preserve this in their near future is the DEXs. Yeah, the DEX, decentralized exchanges. Absolutely. You know, you just heard what I've said about simpletons and privacy. So, you know, I don't expect all the simpletons to really care so much about privacy. But there is a segment, a significant amount of whales that may find value in DEXs and privacy coins. Let's go ahead and check out. We already checked out the map. Let me look at. I'm getting BlockFi ads. I'm getting so many BlockFi ads, guys. Someone let me know if this place is legit. BlockFi, they're throwing me ads all the time. They're saying that you can earn like 8% APR on your crypto. I don't know if this is legit or not, but I keep seeing them advertise. So that's what it is. BTC, ETH, LTC are my favorites. Yeah, the blue chippers that, Coinbase started with. And, I've stuck to those as well. Check the blockchain stats. They don't line money and users on chain. Tron is king. I don't know about that. I got to double check that. But, I saw you throwing a little statistics here with the casino. And, maybe they have the most movement with casinos now. That's one thing that kind of put me off. When I saw so many casinos, I wasn't really entirely interested. But I do recognize that does bring capital and it does bring movement. But, to keep it 1,000, I'm not interested with casinos. But I do understand that, it may bring capital. Just like, pornography may bring capital. I'm not interested in it. It's a scam when they have ads, says Niagara. You got a point. You got a point. And if they run too many ads, that's could signify a red flag. Rafterman says, do they loan on your crypto? I really don't know. I have, this is it. BlockFi. I'm getting ads. They're running ads. I'm getting, I don't know how many ads I'm getting. They're running ads like madmen. Okay. And, that's why I like BAT token, because people that want to run ads on Brave, they got to buy BAT token. So BAT token has an actual utility. And it seems like the Brave family, the Brave browser family actually has a revenue model. Don't use BlockFi. They custody your coins. You can get the same APA 8% using Compound, which is a decentralized option. There you go. That's right. Compound.finance. And we've covered that many times. Compound.finance allows you to lend out your crypto to a smart contract, which could be more secure until someone may or may not hack that contract. Although none of those DeFi contracts has ever been hacked. Thoughts on Celsius? They offer compounding interest now. I don't know much about Celsius. Marlon's providing DApp stats from Tron. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't care about the casino stats from Tron. I really don't care. I really don't care. But the other DApps, like the DeFi ones, like Maker and whatnot, they do attract me. What I'm trying to figure out, and I asked this question yesterday, no one really could find the answer. What is the equivalent to Maker on Ethereum Classic? What is the equivalent to Maker on Ethereum Classic? Because I would expect that to move in, price if Ether Classic does implement decentralized finance. Rafterman's using Celsius. Is Celsius something like Compound.finance? Is it another DeFi platform on ETH? Because I've heard of it, I just don't know about it. I only trust the ETH contracts as far as lending or borrowing. Yeah, well, they certainly do seem a little safer than, some of these centralized platforms that a few people have heard about. But, the reason I ask about BlockFi is that I'm just being bombarded with ads from them. So, I think Niagara raised the point here. If they run too many ads, that could be a red flag. ETC isn't secure enough to do finance on, says Niagara. And Tyler says nothing is on ETC. Yeah, I know that. But I do notice that the price of ETC is moving up. And I know that there's intent to develop some decentralized finance applications over there. And my understanding is that you could do most of the stuff that you can on Ethereum Classic for much cheaper. So that being said, do they have an equivalent to Maker on ETH Classic right now? Crypto Space says, morning, bro. Slobo says, Optimant was similar to BlockFi. Then platform vanished with all the investments. Yeah, I don't remember that either. I would trust DAI over USDT. So do I. Wish there was more liquidity, though. Yes, Tyler, I agree. I trust DAI way more than USDT or USDC. I agree. Marlon's comparing Wink to Maker. Wink allegedly has a lot more users. Main events here, kaboom. So things are looking strong out here, boomers. There's a slight possibility we may touch 10,000 today. 98.57 is the top. ETH has been successfully 51% attacked. Very unlikely that DeFi app will be built on ETH. Now, it doesn't need to work, though, Marlon. I'm just asking what is being set up as the equivalent. Like, look, ETH Classic has been 51% attacked, yet it still boomed. Okay, that's the bottom line. Now, the same thing happened with Bitcoin Gold. It was 51% attacked and it still boomed. So I guess I'm asking these questions not because of the fundamentals of the blockchain, if it's actually going to work, but you'd be surprised these things will boom just on hype. So I want to know if there's an equivalent to Maker on ETC, whether it works or not. Okay, whether it works or not, whether ETC is superior or not, it doesn't matter. It's moving up. And I'm not going to park the capital on ETC, but it could be a move, a speculative move. ETH and ETC tech continue to get less alike over time. Okay. In the Maker DAO chat, the amount of DAI will be increased soon to 1 billion. Okay. Well, that may positively impact ETH, right? So although some people here in the chat box don't believe that ETH Classic can support DeFi apps successfully, there's got to be something that is at least promising to deliver. What's being set up as a promise there on ETC? Okay, that's what I want to know. What's the Maker equivalent to ETC? Whether it works or not, that's irrelevant to me. I just want to know where it's at. Where are these promises at? Because you know what it is, guys. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, the rumor may be DeFi's coming to ETC, and the news may be, it doesn't really work that well. You know what I mean? Just because the price is up doesn't mean that DeFi will come to ETC. You need the security of ETH to build DeFi. Absolutely, yeah. It's not necessarily that it's going to come, but again, it's speculation. And we've seen ETH Classic's gain more weight than ETH. Now, is it better than ETH? I don't know. I don't think so. But again, I'm not talking about actual fundamental, whether it works or not. Satoshi Vision is garbage bags, but the price went up, Niagara Gardner says there isn't one. Okay, yeah, let's keep our eyes open and let's see if there's even a promise or anything like that about something suggesting DeFi on ETH Classic. Just bring it to my attention because I may just throw it in the portfolio strictly for speculation. I do understand that, it's probably not the soundest fundamentally, but again, buy the rumor, sell the news. The security at ETC is suspect, so don't see anyone using beyond it as a test net. Okay, CryptoZilla. I'll keep that in mind. I certainly wouldn't lend on ETC right now, after all we're hearing. Right now, I think the only lending that I would be open to is basically DeFi's on ETH. And even that, guys, I'm not too crazy about, to be honest with you. Oh, that being said, also, let me back up and say that I actually did, it's kind of a DeFi in a way, Rex staking on EOS. I've been doing that for a while. So staking with the Rex, it's basically like a smart contract. So that's kind of DeFi-esque on EOS. But other than that, the champ, I'm not really interested in like loaning out or doing this. I mean, give me more bits, and that's my strategy. Only other DeFi chain I know where the equivalent progress is being made is Tron. Cardano and Charles is saying Cardano will be building DeFi app, but that may be 10 years from now. I know. With Cardano, it could be 100 years from now at this pace. It's just again, Cardano has great promises, good looking team as far as talent, but testnet stuff doesn't get me excited, guys. I want it to work in the real world. The testnet is not enough for me to get, wild about. Wow, you guys successfully implemented staking on the testnet. Okay, great. Now make it work in real life. Grayscale loves ETC. They probably own 20% of it. I didn't know that. Marlon, I got to show that because you cursed and YouTube flagged you. I've made a S-ton of interest using Compound, and my funds are safe on ETH blockchain. Yeah, that's like the only one that I would seriously consider, staking with. And I've covered that before, Compound.finance, or you can, I've used Maker DAO as well. Compound Finance allows you to use different assets for collateral, though. I think it's multi-asset. Maybe Maker does that too, but, so if you're interested with that, guys, Compound.finance is the place to go. What you suggest those waiting for ETH staking do with their ETH in the meantime? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the reason why I've been stacking Bitcoin, because what do you do in the meantime while you wait around for Ethereum to actually implement their improvement proposal? What do you do in the meantime? And we got people that have been stacking and holding these ETHs now for over a year. And one could argue that you could have been better off just parking that capital in Bitcoin. Listen, I would expect something like this to happen. If Ethereum is actually going to really implement the proof of stake, that 32 ETH or whatnot, I would expect it to boom, okay, on the news. And once it starts working, I'll expect a dump. Okay, that's usually how it always goes, guys. The buy the rumor, sell the news. So once it starts working, boom, 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 and there's going to be people that dump there. Okay, at that point, once that dump happens, I may be interested in getting it. But before it's just too late for me now, and that's my strategy. I'd rather just keep stacking bits. Trade your ETH for DAI and stake it on Compound. Yeah, we talked about that. And yeah, you could do that, leveraging your ETH bags will make or die, buy more ETH. And I've done that. Actually, I think I still got some ETH there in a smart contract. So you could get a loan on your crypto. Okay, you could loan out the ETH to a smart contract. They can give you stable coins, the DAI, DAI, and you could use that to buy more ETH or buy something else. And Martin says you can make much better gains using dApps than you can trading. I haven't seen the two compared, but you may be right. 97.63 here on the price of bits. Shout out to everybody that's been following me on DLive. Guys, I need you guys going over there and giving me a sub. I got a goal to reach 200 followers so that I can unlock some features over there on the DLive platform. And we're about halfway. Like 91 right now. So, we're about halfway. And big shout out to Deedle D out there for dropping me lemons. Shout out to all the boomers that tuned in. We got RoboCorp out there, XPO, Miss Crypto Chick, Lady Plants shows up. And I like the vibes out there better than on the tube. But I'll continue to provide that value here on the tube until they kick us out, guys. On that note, I'll take a few more comments and questions. I just wanted to touch base right now. Tron is looking good. Ether's looking good. Right now, it's green, grass-fed. Green, grass-fed. It's looking good. GMO, non-GMO, completely organic out there on the fields. Let's see if there's any deals and steals today. Usually not when things are all so green. I don't know much about Centrality. Molecular Swipe. Made Safe is an OG coin, but no one really talks about it. Zcoin. How about Icon? Icon's really performed well this year. And that's the Korean Ethereum. I don't know what is the rumor that's bubbling over there, but it certainly has performed well. AION is another one that we've talked about, another smart contract platform. Komodo, this is a privacy token. And then Dash. So there you go. Coin market cap looking good at 276. How's the trading account doing? Yeah, let's show it. So if you guys haven't been following the champ, this week we created an altcoin portfolio with one Bitcoin's worth of value. So at the time we created the portfolio, Bitcoin was worth $9,200. So we got $9,200 worth of altcoins at that moment. And the goal of managing that portfolio is to outperform Bitcoin. Let's see if we could do it. Again, this is for fun, guys. I would continue to tell you guys to continue to hold the Bitcoins first before you get into the altcoins. Boom. All right. So we got the total crypto worth is 98.94. Marlon, you're kind of going wild today. You're talking a lot, Marlon. Calm down. Look at the chat box. It's all Marlon. I got nothing but love for Marlon, but let other people talk. And I'm getting your recommendations, but let other people talk. Let other people talk, because the whole entire chat box is you right now. So let other people talk. It's all good, but let other people talk. Time to start to planting in California, says David Couch. Anthony says, have y'all got the Pi app? Mine Pi from your phone. I guess it's a new digital currency. Yeah, that's another one that's like, referral based or whatnot. I'm not entirely interested in that. I did see it memed out over there on the Chans. It seems to me like another like Electronium where there's virtual mining. Maybe it's not, but it doesn't entirely convince me. Time to start planting in California, says David. People getting excited again. Rafterman says, I'm going to have to put you on timeout. Nah, Marlon's cool. I mean, he gets excited and he wants to share. Marlon's got the juice. Nah, it's all good. It's just sometimes people get excited and they want to talk. It's all good. It's all good. He's not trolling, that's for sure. I know Marlon ain't trolling me. Marlon gets excited with what he finds out and his moves, and he wants to share, and that's all good. Sky Operator says, is the coronavirus scare for real or just fear porn? I don't know, but I would assume it's mostly fear porn. I'm sure that the virus is real, but to me it seems like SARS Part 2, swine flu Part 3. I was watching a video by Jay Snip, and he did some research on how many people actually die from the regular flu each year, and I think he pulled a number like 50,000 or somewhere, over 20,000 a year in the United States alone die from the flu. And what are the deaths associated with corona now? Like 10,000 or something. So here's the other voice of the blockchain. We all know that. Somebody dumped heavy on ETH Classic, but it came back up, says Southside Player. Don't forget to get your free crypto from Coinbase, says Roger Ripple. Absolutely, the Coinbase Earn program. It's a real easy way to earn crypto. So you can see here our total crypto worth on our altcoin portfolio is 98.94. So we're outperforming the bits by like $100, So we'll continue to look at this. My intent is maybe to do some swing trades, but it's still too early to make any moves right now. Nothing's really like booming past 10% on a 24-hour scale or anything like that. Marlon says, all we do is win no matter what. Indeed. I know Marlon gets excited out there, and I appreciate Marlon's input. I mean, he's been looking at baby altcoins and other things, and he does things that sometimes I wouldn't do. So, I'm listening to Marlon. I know he just gets a little excited. Marlon, you need to fire up these videos. And instead of typing so much, get the video and fire it up. I'll send people your way and start speaking and let them know. I know you got opinions, you got strategies, you got things to share. So hit them up, Marlon. And if you know what you could consider too, jumping on DLive. I've told other people this. If right now YouTube's very noisy, okay, and for a new content creator, someone with a very small amount of subs, it's hard to gain some steam, but on DLive, you'll be surprised. There's not as many people. There's not as much noise on DLive. So you stand a chance of maybe getting some viewers. So, I encourage you guys. And, if anybody out there of you boomers make content, I'll definitely plug you guys. I know Marlon has in the past. He's made some videos, but it's been a while since he informed me of a new one. I'm on the waiting list on Coinbase Earn. Needs to hurry up. Yeah, I had some links where you could skip the waiting list, but I think those expired. I was sharing some links there for a while. I think it was it for EOS or for 0x or something like that? They gave me some referral links that would let you skip the line, but those expired, I think. But just be patient out there, Anthony. You'll be approved. Videos, man, I don't want IRS and feds having a social media trail. I mean, crypto YouTubers in USA will be a target. I mean, listen, you're already typing in the chat box. What do you think? That they don't have access to that? They can have access to your videos and not the chat box? God, everything's being surveilled. Everything. Kraken deposits take 43,000 confirmation a whole week. Okay, I didn't know that. Driving in LA, miss a lot of swearing. Sorry, it's all good. And I'm not like, it doesn't bother me completely. A couple swear words here and there, it's all right. Sometimes they slip out of my mouth. I try to keep it, with no explicit lyrics here, with no explicit words. But sometimes, it comes out more on D Live actually. But it's all good. Listen, if people are actually writing an honest comment, being truthful, and they happen to use foul language, if it's just one word here or there, it's all good. Especially for those that are crypto bros that we've seen here. Now, if it's just a troll and if there's no value or opinion being provided, we'll throw them out the box. That's why Stop Videos need to set up an anonymous social media account. Yeah. Shout out to my anons out there. What's BTC doing? Forming a flag? Let's see. Look at this one day. Looking good. This one day chart is looking like a 3-month chart. It's looking strong. So the goal here is 10,000. I think there's a little resistance there at 98.50, 99. What I would say is that there's people wanting to dump at 10,000, so they may just dump at 98, 99. If you've been waiting for the 10K, maybe you just set up the sell order, at 99 or at 98. So I can assume or imagine that this dump is there's people just selling. There's people waiting to sell. There's people holding bags since the last bull run. There's people that bought in last year at 3, 4, 5,000 that they've doubled up and they want to take some profits. So expect some sell-offs on the path to 10K and beyond. Like I said, we got to fight for this position. And like Rafterman said yesterday, it's healthy. I think this fight up and down and, establishing the ground is healthy as opposed to what happened last summer where we went to like 13,000 in in less than a week. It got a little spooky out there. Sky Operators here, Anthony's here, Marlon's here, Derek's here, Rafterman. Thank you, Rafterman. He just dropped me $2. Rafterman always drops me a couple bucks. I appreciate you, Rafterman. Thank you so much. Guys, show up to the party with a bottle, with a smoke. Don't come empty-handed. Throw $1 or $5 here in the bucket. Share this on your social media feed. Add some value here to the chat. Give us some positive information. Will TRX continue to pump against BTC? I don't know. I mean, for now, I guess it is. Look at the TRX. Can anybody tell me why exactly TRX is booming? Look at this candle today. It was just like, boom. It woke up with an erection. Look at this thing. Boom. I can't really answer your question, though. I have no idea, though, Sam, if it would continue to pump. I want the dump. I can't afford a whole Bitcoin. Where is it at right now? Yeah, but, if you DCA, dollar cost average, maybe once a week or once every couple weeks, once a month, you could be on the path to Bitcoin, getting a whole bit. If you started doing that last year, you could be a lot closer. Okay, let me give you guys a sneak peek, not a sneak peek, a peek over there at the altcoin portfolio. This was for fun, and you can see it on a chart. And you could see this. This is our coin spread, the altcoins that we decided to get on this week. And I'm glad we got into this. I called it too. I said, some people were saying, Champ, let's do I think it was Jojo, Champ, let's do a portfolio. And I said, yeah, as soon as we trade sideways for a couple days, then let's do it. So, that happened. I think we did 3 or 4 days of sideways trading. And I told you guys, was it on Monday or Tuesday? All right, let's go ahead and stack up this portfolio. The day after, things started moving again. Incoming with BTC correction incoming with alts to follow. I would always expect a pullback, but I don't know exactly what you mean by correction. That insinuates to me that we're gonna go dramatically downwards. I don't think so. I could see us topping off at 98, 99, maybe pulling back to 95, 92. But it seems to me like we're above 9,000 right now. Right now, I would say the support levels seem to be about 91. Sky Operator says Troy. I guess Rafterman touched your comment. I don't know why I got flagged. I'm sorry. Coins to watch: Algo, NKA, Arc Block, and Lambda. Great prices. Okay. Look at the coins we got into, guys. So just so you know, FTX I'm looking at because it's a derivatives trading platform. Exchange tokens are slept on. Monero, of course, I don't have to explain to you why. CRO is looking all right. We got Tezos looking good, and KuCoin. I would like to swap this off for Huobi at some point. And then let me show you guys our watch list. Coins that are in like the top 100 that we're keeping our eyes on. And some others have recommended small fry coins. And while some of those may be okay, I'm not interested in them, me personally. I'm just not interested in those small fries. So let me show you the watch list right quick. This is our watch list. So coins that we're watching, and we may even add into this portfolio, are things like Chainlink, RLC, Theta, VeChain, Zcash, Huobi, Leo, Cardano, Verge, ETH, the Kyber network. I know Marlon was just talking about that. I should maybe even throw Kyber in there. And these are not in an order of importance. I just wrote these out. Kyber right now is probably more important to me than, something like Dash. ETC, EOS, ICX, Quant, Nexo, ZB, which is, I believe, a privacy token. Tron has been on our watch list. It's booming. Zen, Dash, NRG, and Hedge Trade. NRG is one that Marlon let us know about. There's a lot going on with TRX. Yeah, and listen, I give my opinion on TRX, but I can call it for what it is. It's moving, and Justin Sun is, he's marketing, and he's doing what he can out there. I think he took a stake in Poloniex, if I'm not mistaken, and, I heard rumors that he may want to acquire Steam. This DLive thing is looking good. The BitTorrent, what did he do with BitTorrent? The partnership with BitTorrent? I mean, it's looking all right. Rob H7 says less than 85. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody knows right now, but I would say that the support levels are like 91, right now. That's what I'm looking at, the support levels. If it drops under 91, we may turn back to, bearish mode. Kyber and Nexo are going up slow and steady. Yeah, Roger Ripple says Cardano and Chainlink. Yeah, they're in that list. It's alt season and the Bitcoin bull is back. I'm excited. Let's see. Some alts are gaining weight. Marlon said, yeah, he bought the whole thing, or I thought he took a stake in Poloniex, Justin Sun. But yeah, he's making moves out there. So, I'm always honest. So when I first saw him, like, oh, this thing it still sometimes looks a little Chinese scammy to me, and the casinos put me off. But I can't disagree with Marlon. There's a lot of movement and there's development, and I like the DLive move. I like the BTT move. So, it's on our watch list, and, maybe we'll throw it in the bag. Bancor. Yeah, that's another one. Cryptochronic Bancor. Yeah. Sun owns Poloniex, and you can link directly to the Poloniex DEX using your Tron Link wallet. Okay. All right. Derek says BAT. Yeah, I can throw in BAT on that list because of their revenue model. I earned BATs because of, the Brave browser, and people send me BAT tips. Usually I'll hold the BATs, and when I see it go up and I see it go green, I swap it out into Bitcoin. So I don't hodl BATs. I just wait till it goes green, and then I use them to buy Bitcoins. Cryptochronics talking about the Chinese hustle. I think you're alluding to Tron. You could trade on any TRC20 on the Poloniex DEX. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Look, when I got into EOS, I was looking at Tron, and I must admit, right now, Tron is looking like there's more movement than EOS. But, again, that may change. Last year, there was a lot more dApps running on EOS for a moment there. They took the market share of dApps, but then that kind of quieted down after that voice announcement flop. And, Tron is appearing to develop more now. Marlon says, just sent you a bat tip. I appreciate it. And I've said this before. If anybody out there in the bat community is listening, the Brave browser community, they need to make a feature when someone like Marlon sends me a tip. I should be able to see a message from him, or because right now all I see is just an increase in my account balance. So I'll know that, I received something, but I don't know who sent it. They can't send me a message. So I can't even thank people for sending me bat. I just check my bat account sometimes and I'm like, oh, I got some more bats. Wow, that's great. But I don't know who to thank. If you send me a bat or a few, you got to let me know here in the chat box, because on my end, on the dashboard, it just shows me that I got bat, but it doesn't show me from who. So thank you, Marlon, for the bat tip. And if you guys like to send a tip, you could do that through the Brave browser. You just simply click right here on this icon, and I'm verified. So, you can send me directly. Oscar sold everything for EOS yesterday. Whoa, I hope you don't sell all your Bitcoin. I certainly wouldn't do that, but, everybody's entitled to their own movements. Let's see what happens with EOS. I think they're here to stay. I'm starting to get some promos there from the Voice DApp. Maybe they're about to roll it out. And there's still something there. They're paying the piper in DC, and they're part of the surveillance system. So I would assume that they're going to stick around. Tron is not the Chinese hustle. Actually, Neo is the... Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Marlon, because Neo is really quiet. And I'll tell you, Neo, I was more attracted to Neo than Tron, but right now Tron is looking stronger. And what happened to Neo out there, formerly AntShares? They have a nice wallet, and, I still probably have a couple Neo there, maybe one or two or something. Neo and Ontology, they all are, you'll see. Ontology staying on fire. Let's see. Martin saying Neo's on-chain stats are horrible. Yeah, I was holding Neo for a while, and I was staking in the wallet, and I liked how it worked, but I'm not really using it. So, Ontology moved for a while. Let's see. Right now I'm looking for actual usage. That's why I'm so excited about DLive. And I'll tell you, you can go and see it for yourself. Most people are using DLive for reasons other than crypto. That's a big plus sign, in my opinion. Because the majority of all these dApps, people are just using them to try to make gains. So the number one reason that people are using, the casino dApps, or the majority of these dApps that we're talking about, it's because their intent is to make more crypto. So the underlining force that's driving them, I would assume, is greed. Or maybe, we could use another word like, just the intent to make more, or to profit. The intent is to profit. Okay, let's put it that way. So with the majority of the dApps that I'm seeing out in this crypto space, people are using them with the intent to profit. As opposed to DLive, people are using it to stream and to chat and to share their videos. Most people that are using it are not really talking.
Just a solo. Nobody really listens to solo.
So yeah, that's why it's got me excited. I see a lot of movement, a lot of usage, and it's not centered around profit. Okay, that's a good plus to me, that people are using it without even thinking about stacking coins. Again, they moved over to Tron, BTT. So DLive is a Troner. All of them are trash until they actually have useful dApps built on it. I'm not saying all of them are trash, but you got a point, though, Derek. I understand. And, you could see with your own eyes, DLive has usage. People are using it all the time. And the majority of the people making videos, they're not even crypto-based. They're not talking about crypto. They're not really even talking about the lemons. They're just using it. So that, to me, is a big plus. Champ, on the Wink, the majority of players are really gambling. They're not interested in crypto, but they are interested in making profits. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, the majority of the dApp usage in crypto is with the intent for profit. The games are fun. Yeah, I played a few of them too. I'm not going to say that I've never, give it a whirl on not on Tron, but certainly on EOS and other blockchains. My outtake is a little different. I look at these coins like a pimp, not married to one. They all got to hit the track and bring me cash. There you go. He's looking at like straight profit. I'm not mad at that. And I've said this before, you can't get married or fall in love with any of these coins. You can't just, you can't get into a romance with some of these coins. Some people become so loyal to these coins, like, oh, now they change blockchains or they change the developer. I'm not going to deal with them. Guys, we're not married to these coins. These coins, you can't fall in love. You can't get in romance with these coins. If it's, you gotta think level-headedly. So I do somewhat agree with Southside. And D-Live will be a Tron DApp. I think it already is, Marlon. I think it already is. Derek says having a good decentralized DApp platform with no useful DApps is like having the internet with no good websites. Yeah, I'm kind of reminded of Cardano right now when you say that. Sky Operator says there's lots of flat Earth videos on D-Live. Yeah, you get on D-Live, you get people that were kicked off YouTube, or they were banned on YouTube, or they were silenced on YouTube. So you get like the truther community, and there is flat earthers out there. But that's not the only content that you can come across. You can come across the gaming, you got chatting. The point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of stuff that is not greed or profit driven or crypto driven. They're just like content and people using it and chatting, and it's actually the social aspect is really there. It's really there. And then, the fact that they have the crypto behind it, I think it's, I like it. I like it. Yeah, Cardano, exactly, Derek. That's the first thing I thought of when you put that when you made that comment. So, great platform, bro, but where's the websites? Where's the dApps, And again, maybe that'll change. Things may change. So I'll keep an eye on it. I mean, it's still on the watch list, but I'm not in a rush to pick any up. Don't date, don't hate, just trade. Okay. Yeah, I'm not falling in love. Even now with Bitcoin, I feel like for a moment there I was kind of a fanboy on Bitcoin, thinking that it was going to be the one that changes the world and everything like this. Guys, it's not the one, guys. It's I'm starting to think that from the beginning this was manufactured. You know what I think. Satoshi Santa Claus. This guy didn't drop the white paper to save anybody. For all we know, he was in concert with the deep state from the beginning. I'm going to tell you, champ, I know you love D-Live, but you need to check out Library. Yeah, I've been on Library. Okay, haven't been uploading, but I was on Library since like the very beginning. I think I was on Library when I first started this channel, and I stopped using it because they weren't keeping up with me. It seems like lately now they're working, but for me, the format that works is D-Live because I'm a live streamer. I do put up videos. Don't get me wrong. I do, some videos that I put up, but D-Live serves me well because of the chat box. It serves my format. My format is more live. If I was doing pre-recorded videos, I'd probably look more into library credits and BitChute. So, but you may have a point. I should consider just throwing them up there as well. I read that. Post your videos on Library, stick your videos so you put it on trending and watch the money roll. Yeah, when I first got on Library, it was like no one there. I think I may have uploaded some videos, and now I do get I'm on the Library credits mailing list, and it seems to me like they send way too many emails. But since the YouTube purge happened last month, I see a lot more people using Library and Library credits. It's a token, and yeah, you can earn. BitChute's another one. D-Live. You need to stake your videos when you publish your video with Library. That's the trick to getting video views and stakes. Yeah, it's been such a while since I used it, But D-Live right now I'm not even using D-Live to get lemons or anything. I'm just using it because I like the platform, And Steam. I mean, I know you guys, Steam's been quiet, but Steam has served me well. Even when it was down, you could continue to post, continue to upvote, and get a little here and there. And I noticed it when I stopped posting on Steam for a month or more. I was like, hold up, I'm not getting a little Steam every week like I used to. And I used to get that Steam and some weeks DCA into Bitcoin. And I kind of missed that, so I started posting on Steam again. So you make a point. Maybe it's worth to leverage all the platforms and post on all of those decentralized platforms and milk them, Champ, do you think if Bernie wins, it will be better or worse for crypto? I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. Bernie's not going to win, though. I mean, if you don't see that they're colluding against him, he's not the chosen one. Although the people seem to like him. I mean, I don't know how it would affect or not affect, but, usually socialists and commies are more interested in centralized systems. Yeah. Marlon says, much works. He will want to tax all your crypto gains. That you make a point. I mean, listen, once the commies and the socialists come in, they want to centralize everything. They want more surveillance. They want more taxes. And that only ends up hurting economic development. Once you put so many regulations and rules, and it becomes a bureaucracy. Okay. If you want to get a glimpse of where communism could take us to, just go to the DMV. Go to the DMV and deal with it. Imagine an entire country where, like, even the grocery stores like the DMV. I don't think you guys have looked into Venezuela. I don't think you guys have looked into Cuba. That's how it is. And I think Bernie himself said, people standing in line for food may be a good thing. So, yeah, USSR Bernie will only be good for his inner circle. Exactly. This guy's, criticizing the capitalist system and business. And my understanding is that he just bought like $1 million home. Come on, guys. It's not capitalism that's the problem, guys. Man is fallen. The problem is way bigger in scope than capitalism, But, if those that are not down that path and they haven't really been enlightened yet, they think capitalism's the problem. But, the devil's a liar. This is a spiritual war it's not against capitalism, guys, or it's not against flesh and blood. This is a spiritual war against certain principalities. Yeah, we will need to pay for free healthcare, and ain't nothing free, guys. Someone's gonna have to pay for it. So Bernie ain't gonna win, though, guys. It's you guys better be prepared for another 4 years of Trump, and that's what's going on. He didn't get acquitted. They threw he didn't get impeached. He got acquitted. They threw everything at him, and whether you like him or not, chances are he's here to stay for another 4, and it is what it is. And I'm not mad either. I see his agenda as MEGA, but, that's the agenda on both left and right. Amen, says Sky. Shout out to Sky. Derek doesn't want him. I don't think he's in a... Anthony says we are more of a socialist country than we are capitalist. Absolutely, yeah. Right now there's a lot of centralization, even with the things that Donald Trump's doing as far as getting the Fed. I'm not sure if he got the Fed to drop their rates, but he encourages them. The Fed itself is very socialist looking. Yeah, Bernie ain't gonna win. Even if he wins and all that, he's not gonna beat Trump, guys. Come on. He's not gonna beat Trump, guys. Come on. I'm not a Trump hater or a supporter. To be clear with you, I don't give a shit. I don't think he's gonna save anybody. I'll be honest with you. But, I rather stack bits with Trump than with Bernie. Trump seems like he's more interested in stacking and increasing value than Bernie. Bernie wants to tax everybody, That doesn't mean that, Donnie's my homeboy. Donnie don't care about the bits, guys. He cares about fiat, where he controls, He's running the nodes for fiat, essentially. That's why I keep 95% of my money on blockchains away from the American politicians. You got a point. But, you know what I said. The 95% of the blockchains are surveillance anyway. They got everybody. To think that you could slide away and, because of some technology that was created by Santa Claus is kind of naive in my opinion. Bernie's not a socialist. He's a communist, and hidden cameras of him and his team prove. Yeah, I seen that. Same chant, but Bernie might do very well in the popular vote. Yeah, I think he will. Especially with younger gunners, It's that, socialism and communism is very attractive to young people. It's easy. It sounds romantic. And don't forget what romance is, guys. It's fake love. Romance ain't real love, guys. It's just, it's fake. Away from the regulations and taxes of the wealth redistribution, says Marlon. Crypto Chronic says, "Amen on the spiritual war." That's right. It's a spiritual war, and I think that a lot of the lefties and some people that support communism and stuff like that, they just haven't gotten it. The enemy is not capitalism, guys. That's part of that could be a symptom like of the problem, but that's not the problem. And the solution is not communism. Communism is like trying to say that you're going to bring like heaven to earth by making everybody equal. It's kind of, crypto won't save you. Jesus will. Crypto may help. It may help, and I'm here with crypto. I got nothing against it, but I'm not betting on it to come save me. People want their loans forgiven and free shit. Exactly. I mean, people are attracted to free shit. People like free shit. There I go cursing. I think Rafterman's going to flag me for saying that. What if Craig Rayo is a genius? Well, I've said this before. What if he's just doing a calculated bluff? And he's like, well, if I get prosecuted for lying under oath, maybe he takes the rap, the costs of being incriminated for lying can outweigh the benefits that he's getting from pumping these coins. You got to ask yourself, guys, would you go to jail for I don't know, what's the sentence for lying under oath? Certainly it's not life, right? Maybe a couple years, I don't know, 2 to 5 years. I would assume. I don't know. Let's say, would you go to jail for 5 years to secure, I don't know, 30, 40, $50 million? It's something that I think people will consider. Like, would you take a rap and sit in a cell and know that when you come out, you may have like a huge bag? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's to demonstrate to the world that you could defy government orders. I think it's what I told you. It's either calculated, or he's working for the deep state. That's what I think, that he knows somebody in there, and like now he's rebelling, or I don't know. He's showing us that we don't have to give up our keys. I don't know. I mean, he's certainly acting like he is. I mean, but here's the thing. Like, look what Fluffy Pony said about his Monero keys. Like, who's to say he didn't lose them? How could you prove that he didn't lose them? What if someone says, give up the keys, and you say, I don't know, I lost them. They were lost in a boating accident. I mean, that can certainly happen. You could lose your keys. If you think Russians want USSR back, go take a look at Google Street Maps. Pick anywhere outside of Moscow. You will see what communism and socialism did. There you go. Yeah, it's garbage bags, guys. Look what's done in so many countries, like Cuba, Venezuela. And then everybody defaults to, the Nordic countries. But that's fake too. I'll take a few more comments and questions. Shout out to the 23 concurrent viewers out there in the population of the chat box. Anthony says, no, man, the enemy is the government socialism. Being forced to pay to the public is socialism. Capitalism's voluntary exchange. Government isn't voluntary. Yeah, but we don't have true capitalism anyway, I guess, in theory, capitalism is kind of like anarchy. It doesn't really I don't think you could ever have a completely free market. But then again, who will give a judge a keys to 1 million BTC? Yeah, I don't know, But let's see what happens with it. I'm not on board with that. There's one thing that I think we can all agree. There's something funny bunny there. It's not entirely truthful, and because of that, I'm out. I see that there's lies there. I see that that the truth is not what is driving that. So let me step away. Chinese were at the brink of destruction, but they made pseudo capitalism, and we all fed them to do it. We all feed them to do it. There is no perfect system, exactly. There isn't. Derek says, I'd rather have Pete win over Bernie just to avoid socialism. It doesn't matter, guys, like whether Pete wins or Bernie or Trump. Guys, let's assume that, any of these people, even if Trump wouldn't have gotten elected, I still think that we'd probably be kind of down the same path, although things would probably be worse. But let's not get it twisted. All of these people, they're working for the deep state, for the top of the pyramid, for the few that are on the top. And we're already in a new world order, guys. We're already in 1984. It's here. So, whether it's Pete or Bernie or Donnie, guys, it doesn't even matter. It's not even worth the charade. Turn it off. It doesn't matter whether Pete, the booty man, wins or if Trump, like, it's all a big show. Nothing, none of them are going to do nothing for anybody out here. And as soon as you stop paying attention to that and being a fanboy of these politicians and worrying so much and thinking that they have so much control over you, that is immediately when they lose their power. All it takes is a change in your mind. It's like you laugh at them. They're like, oh, who are these? Pete, the booty guy? Guys, you really think that guy's going to do anything for you? He likes butts, guys. Come on. Rebel K says, Market 2 super crash soon. Sounds like fear porn. I've been hearing that for years. NGOs are the real puppet masters. Yeah, they're part of the structure. Yeah, the booty man, guys. Come on, And you know what I think why they're letting the booty man go? Because, it legitimizes booty boys. He's not going to win, but, it's like one step further for the booty boys. That's part of the agenda, to normalize sexual immorality. That's part of the agenda. So now, they got a booty boy in the front, and that makes it look good for the booty agenda. That's basically what it is. The guy likes male anus. That's a fact. Okay? Call it for what it is, guys. The next time people talk about something like, oh, okay, so you like male anus. Okay, there's, if that's what it is, if that's the truth. Okay, don't lie. Speak the truth. The guy likes anus. The booty man. Okay? None of these guys are exempt from criticism. Donnie as well. I mean, all these guys. You got to understand, if you're the type of guy that wants to be in politics, think about what type of a mind wants to be in politics. One that wants to control and rule. So off the top, I mean, just stepping into politics shows me something, about your character. Yeah, I agree, champ. Feminized man politicians are twisted. Of course, guys. Look, they let Bernie run with the socialism thing for a while. Right now, maybe the butt thing is hot. So, they run with the butt thing for a little while. He doesn't have to win, but that's one step further for the booty boys. One step further for the booty boys. That's part of the agenda, guys, to normalize the booty boys. Feminize the men and make the women more masculine. Yeah, it's true, but I just don't want to judge him for his private life. I just don't want their rules controlling me. Whatever. We all, to a certain extent, judge people. Immediately when you look at a coin, you judge it. When people say an opinion, you judge it. And, sometimes judging things is normal. So, I certainly want to judge see how I can put this. I certainly want to go against or not elect anything that's sexually immoral or things that are blatantly out of pocket. And again, it's his private life, and they say, oh, you could do what you want with your private life. Yeah, his private life is between him and the good Lord. But when you're glorifying a certain behavior, it's no longer private. Now it's not his private life. He's trying to bring it into the public. Okay. And that's like a point that he's trying to run on, and some people are supporting him because. So it's not a private thing anymore. Now he's bringing it into the public square. So yeah, you're bringing something to the public, and once you put it out there in public, people are going to judge it. Yeah, feminize the man. It is what it is. I mean, it's part of the protocols of Zion. They've already been achieved. Guys, we're in the matrix already. It's like, oh, we're going to, we need to stop the governments. And guys, we're already being surveyed. All of it is there. We're in the matrix, guys. To think that you're going to be able to shake the bad guys and guys, we're here. It's already here. Now, the best that we could do is just call it for what it is and become closer to the Lord. That's the only thing that's going to save us. It ain't going to be the bits or some new tech or some AI or anything like that. You just got to call it for what it is and not even get mad too. Just make a joke out of it. If people just treated these politicians like a joke instead of being all mad, I mean, you know how much power that takes away? You know what social shame does? That's like very powerful. Sometimes it's more powerful than you would expect. You just joke at it. It's like, oh, who? The booty guy? The guy that likes the anus? Because that's true. Like, it's not that you're lying. That's a fact. Speak the fact, and, it's sometimes comedy is a relief, And again, him in his private life, right? But once you bring it to the public circle, it becomes a little different. If it was private, then we wouldn't have known about it. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. We're well over an hour, and I'm going to fire this down. I usually get into these conversations there on D Live. I'm up for some good things that make you go, streams. Yeah, all these politicians and deviants, they all hung out with that pedo Jeffrey Epstein. That's right. You're right, Marlon. That's exactly right. So when you're thinking, oh, it's the right or the left, and you see them fighting each other, and they rip up papers, and they throw this. Guys, they're all hanging out with Epstein on his island on the weekends, guys. Come on. They're all hanging. Clinton, Trump, you're right. There's pictures out there. Guys, they're all in the same boat, and they're laughing at us, okay, for paying so much attention to them. Guys, it's a battle for your attention, for your mind share, okay? Right now, it's like attention is probably worth more than the actual currency. Attention is the currency. So, once you put all this attention and worry and, concern into it, that's what gives it its power, Once you just look at it and laugh and keep it moving, it kind of loses its power. Good stream today, man. Keep going, says Southside. I mean, I could keep going if you guys want. Let me know. I mean, I could keep firing it up. No, that's part of the plan, guys. It's like a soap opera, WWE. Exactly. It's part of the script. It's a soap opera. They make you think that the bad guy's against this guy, and that Pelosi's ripping it, and Q wants to let you know that we're about to get the bad guys. We're about to lock them up. And come on, guys, come on. It's just to keep you running in circles. All right, what you should be doing is worrying about growing your own food, eating healthy, getting stronger, building a family, building those strong relationships in your community. You could do all those things without the booty boys or without the socialists or without the nationalists. You don't need to look at any of that to achieve greatness. Fire it up, champ, says JoJo. You know the deal. Let me drop a bomb for you guys. Show you the charts at least. We're looking at EtherCoin. We might as well look at a chart. Love your perspectives. We already plugged, like you say, we just got to keep it raw and real. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are like, oh, they're here to control us. And guys, we're already in the matrix. Guys, your birth certificate is traded on the exchange. You're cattle. You're a human resource. Okay? Your name's all caps for a reason. You're a corporation, a corpse. Okay? Corporation, a.k.a. corpse. It's not real. Everything is pumping except Link. Feels like consolidation, 1,000 before end of the year. I don't know. growing food, protecting your land, growing your crypto bags is your focus. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, just worry about yourself and your immediate family and your community. Like, what, you think Donnie's going to show up and do something for you? Or you think the booty boy is going to show up and do something for you? Like, come on. We need to quit with the the female traits. A lot of this stuff is just female attitude. It's like waiting for someone to help you, give you a handout, make you feel better. The gossip of this guy against that guy. It's all female attitude. That's all female. A grown man doesn't give a shit about Donnie or Booty Boy or the other guy. Like, you know, they're busy doing man things. You know, securing the fort. But, you know, the media gets you guys. If there's anything out there that I would give you an opinion of, it's just to turn off the media and don't listen to the bullshit. You know, turn it off. Imagine this. Look, imagine if you didn't even follow the presidential thing. Imagine if you turned off the TV since like the 20-something election. That you didn't even know who the president was. You didn't know anything that happened. Somehow you just got blocked out of all the information and you just kept on with your life. How different would things be? Think about it. Like, do you even need to know who's like fighting up there in the very top? It doesn't, like, what does it matter? Crypto's like 97% male. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is a significant amount male. And so is this stream. Yeah, emasculate the men and control the population. That's why you see so many like feminine and female traits and everything. Like this politics stuff, all this stuff that basically we're covering. It's like female traits, and when you empower the feminine, okay, females are easier to control than males. Okay, that's the bottom line. You know, you put a group of a bunch of strong men and then a bunch of females, you tell me who's easier to control as a herd. Think about this. Okay? And that doesn't mean that men or women are superior or inferior. You know, we have different roles in life. Shout out to the ladies too. I'm not with this MGTOW stuff that wants to bring women down. We talked about yesterday on D-Live. That's the problem with the MGTOW, that they get too mad at women, you know. They start hating on women. We need the good women out there. Shout out to the good women. But they're few and far in between, as are the men. They're, you know, the majority are simpletons and, you know, they're NPCs. But, you know, that's the Pareto principle, 80-20. And if you ask me, it's a lot more of a margin now. It's probably more like 95-5. Disney's run by females, says Slobo. Yeah, all the media is basically run not just by females, but a feminine energy. You know, the feminine energy is kind of what runs the media. It's like, you know, treat everybody fairly, equal, be nice. You know, don't say anything that's wrong. All that is like female attitude. You know, a grown man doesn't give a shit. He's going to tell you the facts and the truth. And if it rubs you the wrong way, so be it. Yeah, I hate what they're doing to young men right now. And, you know, it's up to us. It's up to the grown men just to speak truth. And not even to get mad. It's not like we got to go and chastise people, just to keep, you know, when people like Derek ask me, oh, about Bernie and the Pete guys, I just make a joke out of it. Oh, like, oh, you're going to support the booty boy? That's how we got to treat the younger men. Like, you know, you got to just make a joke out of it. And maybe they'll snap out of it, because you can't chastise people. Okay, you can't force people to think a certain way. They got to figure it out on their own. And sometimes comedy can snap them out of it. Right, men need to be men, women need to be women. Absolutely. And they're trying to invert everything. It's part of the protocol, guys. It's to take what's good and switch it and flip it up and just make it disorder. It's a revolution against order. Okay? They're revolting against logos. They don't want to fall in line and obey and be disciplined to the Most High. They want to do what makes them happy. They want to follow pathos. They're pathological, following their passions. They don't follow logic. They follow what makes them happy. And that's what's being taught to the kids. Do what makes you happy is what they tell you. Do what thou wilt. That's Luciferianism. That's like the tagline for Luciferianism. That's the same as do what makes you happy. So, you got to identify it, call it out, and let the young ones know. And this is why I believe that religion, specifically Christianity, is important, because it lets you know these lessons. You can't make idols. You can't be a fanboy. The men need to be men. The women need to be women. I mean, it's all there in the good book, guys. And it also tells you that nothing's going to save you. You can't be worshiping the golden calf. I know we got a golden calf here on the right-hand side, but, certainly want to make clear it's not the idol. You got to chant fired up. Preach on, church. You got to keep it 1,000. Just speak the truth, guys. That's all it is. It's not that difficult. If you're a grown man, just say it. Speak the truth. Just say it. And and it's not about being aggressive or going out and trying to like wake everybody up. It's just like when you're confronted and when you're talking amongst the men in the population, just speak the truth. And that's it. It's materialism versus spiritualism. Yeah, it's. Let me pull up the verse because since we're getting a little biblical, this is the verse, and I know some of you guys are not believers, man. There's so much truth there in the good book. Ephesians 6:12. Look at the facts here. Look at this, the truth bombs here. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Now you tell me if that doesn't sound like truth to you guys. So we're not battling against socialism, communism. We're battling against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness. Yeah, seek first the kingdom of heaven. Couldn't agree more. You know it, guys. And listen, the more I look into it, the more I'm like, this is facts. It's like I'm more spiritual now than I was, my 20s. Because once you stop watching porn and you start seeing a little bit clearer. Anthony says, I'm a man, but I like putting in my wife's butt. I'm going to keep it real. But where did you learn that? That's sodomy. And, we've all been there, and maybe it's kinky or whatnot, but that's sterile. That's that doesn't bring life. That's sterility. That's what a sodomite would do, So you got to ask yourself where those ideas, where do they come from? Where did you learn that? Probably by watching porn. Okay, that is degrading everybody's mind out here. And, I'm not one that's free and clear. I mean, I've definitely gone that route with the females, certainly not the males. But, you got to call it for what it is, guys. You got to speak truth. So, you may consider, instead of performing acts just for passion and for pleasure, you may want to perform them for logic, for love, and for life instead. And butt sex, it ain't going to do that for you. Irish says Wall Street. Yeah, the golden calf. It's right there. Pray not porn. Yeah, I can't express to you guys enough the importance of dumping the pornography. I mean, dump it as soon as you can. Let it go out there, guys. It's no good. There's a reason that it's free everywhere. Okay? Porn is not about just making money. It's about changing society. $98.08. I could keep going, guys. We've been on for about an hour and 25. Let me know what's shaking and baking out there. Shout out to Marlon, Anthony, Irish, Slowbos. The rest of the boomer Slowos says Disney is run by females. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff with Disney. You may want to look up princess programming, warrior programming. Disney's been performing occult rituals on us from the very beginning. We ain't perfect, but we strive to be one with the light. Hopefully. Some people don't strive to be one. They want their own. They want to make their own light. They want their own kingdoms. They want their own rules. That's the thing with the revolutionary attitude that the commies and socialists. At the end of the day, it's rebelling against the clear rules that were stated, whether you like them or not. Okay, we shouldn't be butt pumping out there. It's clearly there. You don't do sodomy. Don't do sexually immoral. It's there. I mean, we all fall short. We all are sinners, but we got to call it for what it is. They've been brainwashing us since cartoons. It's a war against our consciousness. Absolutely. I used to be tied up in all that BS, but as I get older, I see the biblical truths you're talking about, but I still think the earth is round and the moon landing is real. It's all good, Marlon. I'm not here to, try to convince you, otherwise. That's a path that you need to explore on your own, and it's up to you. But the moon landing, I mean, I know that the round earth, that one's a whole, that's a bigger debate, but like the moon landing, like that one's easier to debunk. Once you start doing the research, that one's easy peasy. And again, before I looked into it, I was like, oh, for sure, the moon, was this NASA, it's all good. I mean, NASA seems great. But once you do the research into the moon, guys, come on, guys. They got scotch tape on the moon lander, guys. They got scotch tape on the moon lander. All right, you want to believe that they live streamed in real time in the 1960s? Come on, guys. But I was there too, Marlon. Now, as far as the round earth and everything, that gets a little more harder to debate or whatnot. But I can't prove, or neither can you for that matter, that the earth is round without citing NASA data or something from NASA. And don't give me the Pythagoras shadow experiment. That can certainly work on a model where the sun is a lot closer to the earth. If you look up, the sun and the moon are about the same size. But they tell you that the sun's like 93 million miles away or something like that. It doesn't add up, guys. It doesn't add up. They want you to believe that you're spinning in the middle of nowhere, that you're not important, that all of this is random, that it's just random evolution, What is it that they say about evolution? Like, if you believe in the evolutionary theory, it's like believing that if a hurricane came or a tornado came through a junkyard, that tornado could produce a Ferrari randomly. That's basically what evolutionary theory is trying to tell you. I got enough ETH to get to the moon. My moon landing will be undeniable. There you go. Definitely, we need to set you up with a live stream once you land. I agree, but I was brought up to believe all sins are equal, so I try not to judge on specific sins. Yeah, I mean, they does say that, you break one of the commandments, it's like you break them all. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. We're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord. Yeah. Whether, you were just coveting somebody else's significant other or their property, or if you're out there butt pumping, in the eyes of the Lord, we're all sinners, So, the route is to repent and call it out and just say, this is wrong. Is there a video clip of the mouse rat on the Tesla Roadster in space? There is. I don't know if it's gotten scrubbed. I never covered it, but you may want to check it out. The little mouse on the fake Tesla rocket. I mean, come on, guys. You guys believe that this guy shot a Tesla into space, guys? Come on. He even says it like, it's real because it looks so fake. He says it himself. Like, they gotta show it to you in your face. It's part of the magic. I think it's like part of the contract between what's going on. If you read like the book of Job, the Lord makes kind of like a deal with the devil, and he's like, you can inflict pain on Job, and you could make him suffer, but you can't take his life, Because that deal's like, the devil's like, I bet you I can make him curse you, talk bad about you. And God's like, go ahead and do it. But what you can't do is you can't kill him. So they made like a deal. So that was weird to me. I was like, what if we're in some sort of a deal right now? And like, part of that deal is that you need to accept it. Yeah, but that Tesla Roadster and get Elon Musk, guys. Come on, guys. This guy's an actor. They want you to believe that he's there, doing all these super duper things. Come on, guys. Look at the video again. It's like the fake it's like so CGI'd. But you want to believe it because, ever since we're kids, they show us the astronauts. I see it like in my children's diapers and now they throw little rockets and stuff along with the unicorns and the dinosaurs. It's all bullshit. Then you see the logos, the serpent tongue, and Neil won't ever swear on the Bible for $10K to a charity of his choice. That's right. We are in a simulation world created by an intelligent or magical being. No, we're in a real world created by the real Lord himself. Okay? This is real. Okay? This is very real. Okay? Yeah, it takes consent to fall for the trick. Exactly. I think that's part of the agreement right now. It takes some sort of consent. It's always somewhere there in front of you. Like you consent somehow, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. It's what I'm thinking. Like they got to show it to you. Like NASA's right there with the serpent tongue. NASA means to deceive in Hebrew. So once you start to notice these things, it's up to you to like, all right, to step back and look at the big picture. But if you can't, if you're too dumb to see the truth, then maybe, you deserve it. I don't know if that's the way the system works, but it appears to be like maybe that's the rule. I don't know. An hour and a half, one of the longest streams. I kind of wish we would have done had this stream separate than like the beginning of this video. I mean, I could always cut it out. I need people out there to do like champagne clips. Because all my titles are like Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And then like when I go off tangent, I have trouble trying to find the right titles that I don't feel are clickbaity. And, I kind of struggle with this. I'll be honest with you, of like trying to find the balance between crypto and all the other stuff that I talk about. That's why I've usually been dumping it on D-Live. But I'm feeling like I should just, continue to speak the truth and just, also maybe clip out sections of these videos and have different titles. Because I was thinking about it today. We've been dropping some good information here. And people won't be able to find it by a search because this video titles just have Bitcoin stuff in it. So you're not going to click on this video to be paying attention to the stuff that we're talking about now at the ending. So it's like we need, in order to get more viewers or people that are not already following, we need to have those titles that are searchable. Now, does it really matter to me? I don't know. Solar eclipses prove the earth is round. Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like a real default thing. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Derek, stop it. Okay, you haven't looked into the arguments. And you're throwing out like very simple counter arguments that don't hold weight. Okay, they don't. The solar eclipse does not prove the earth is round. That's absolutely not true. Okay. The other day you were trying to me, that the sun with the equator, it doesn't prove anything. It just proves that there's eclipses. I think you do a good job of balances, Derek. Yeah, but we get into some certain conversations, and the titles of the videos is what I'm saying. They're all crypto titles, So I think we need like videos that are titled other things other than crypto. Bitcoin and other truths, says Rafterman. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in making clips or doing stuff, like let me know. I mean, that's where we're at right now. Like I think that I need to get clips out of these live streams. We got clips. I mean, I can do like 4 or 5 videos off this live stream alone. There's several topics that we hit up on. That's why I said it's magical. If this is real, then our creator can defy any impossible things, walk on water, fly. That's right. But the creator is real. So that, that's why we're in reality and what the creator made. It's real. Yes, because only round objects can make round shadows. Okay. So how about this? All right. So you explain to me how the shadow of the moon is smaller than the actual moon, because any shadow that's casted is always bigger than the object. Go cast a shadow of any object. The shadow is always bigger than the object casted. That's casting the shadow. That's not the case with the moon. Okay, that's not the case with the moon. So it doesn't prove anything. You're making things up. You haven't looked at it. Just shine a flashlight on any object right now. The shadow is always bigger. Now, don't give me the Wikipedia answer of the Umbra effect. That's all bullshit. Go up 45K feet, you can see it yourself, the curvature of the Earth. That's not true. I can show you rockets that show you that the Earth is flat when they hit, like they go super high. I can pull it. I'm going to do a stream. All those videos that you're seeing, they got a fisheye lens, guys. And you can tell, like a perfect example is that guy that jumped off, the Red Bull guy that jumped off the satellite or whatever, the man that jumps on the edge of space. If you look at the foreground, okay, of the module that he's in, on the foreground, you could see a curve on the foreground on the equipment. That's because you're looking through a fisheye lens. So even the things on the foreground appear curved because of the lens. Guys, even the windows on airplanes have a curve effect. They have kind of a fisheye look to them. Like sit on the runway of an airplane when you're on the ground and look at the horizon through the glass. The glass has a fisheye effect that makes things look curved too. If the Earth is flat, I'm not saying the Earth is flat, guys. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I can't prove that the Earth is curved on my own. And if you're interested in learning what the flat Earth model map looks like, just look at the UN. They're showing it to you right in your face. That's how you could go around the Earth. Polaris never moves. It's always north. The North Star is there. They'll tell you it moves a little bit here, a little bit there. It's always there. Look at it every day. It's been there. Okay, even in Bible times, it doesn't move. Okay, the North Pole is the magnetic north. So you could, if you get a compass and you just keep going west, then the compass is always going to be stuck on north. So you automatically will go in a circle if you're following the North Star. So all you're doing is going around the circle on like a compass. The compasses are, and again, I'm not saying that it is or it isn't, that I'm saying that the model makes a lot more sense than you would think. Anthony says, I clicked on your video for crypto info, but stay for your charisma and how we be shooting the shit. You be geeking me out, kaboom. Shout out to Anthony. I appreciate that. Yeah, you see, like you came for the crypto and then you stayed. But like, what if people are searching these certain topics? Maybe they should be able to find them a little easier, you know, like that's the idea I have. You know, it seems like it's good for people that are crypto based, but like, you know, maybe we could get a bigger group. And do we really want a bigger group? I don't even know. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I don't even know. But yeah, look at the maps and you could see, I mean, all even with airplanes, guys, like no pilot ever has to account for the curvature of the Earth when they're flying. None of them. Okay. You tell me, how about hot air balloons? You go up in a hot air balloon. If the world is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, how come you're not 1,000 miles away? Oh, because everything happens to turn at the same exact rate, even the atmosphere. So how could an atmosphere exist next to a vacuum? We can't reproduce that here. You can't put any gas next to a vacuum without something happen. So how what's going on? Again, I'm not saying that the world is flat. I'm saying that the model that's been proposed to us seems to have some holes in the boat. A lot of scientists do say that flat earthers say the Earth isn't round, but can't say what shape it is. Haha, there you go. If we were moving, why haven't our constellation changed for thousands of years? Other than seasons, the stars have always stayed in place. Exactly, guys. That's what I'm saying. We're spinning in a vacuum in the middle of nowhere. We're spinning in this endless galaxy, but yet everything stays exactly in synchronicity. You see, there's a discrepancy there, guys. Come on. And let me tell you, the globe Earth, the heliocentric model, how old it is. It's a theory. It's only like 100 or 200 years old, right? I think the majority of human civilization is built around a geocentric model, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to Lady Plants. I was talking about you earlier, about the good crypto chicks in the box. Kaboom. But yeah, somehow this got into space talk. But, you know, listen, guys, again, like, I don't know, but I guess the point I'm trying to make here is just to open your eyes, question things on your own, and you'll be surprised, guys. I used to make fun of these guys. I used to have the same, responses that Derek and Marlon had, but I started looking more and more into it, and I'll tell you, it kind of freaked me out. I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of freaked me out there for a moment. But, you know, once you could see, you know, the 9/11 lies, you know, you could start with Building 7. You can start with Building 7, you know. For the older guys, they could start with maybe like JFK and the moon. The younger guys don't seem to be that triggered by the fake moon landing. You know, once you open those gates up, you'll be like, ooh, whoa. Shout out to Lady, Marlon, Irish, Derek, and the rest of the boomers. Yeah, I was saying, you know, if you guys want to help me out with these clips or give me any recommendation, I need to throw some clips up. That's the bottom line. I think I got to go hard and hit them up with clips, and, you know, maybe I'm avoiding the trolls subconsciously. Like, oh, I know if I start doing, you know, these types of different titles, it's going to bring a whole new batch of people in here, and then maybe that's it. That I'm avoiding the potential trolls. Maybe, I don't know. The stars stay the same because how many light years they are away. Some could have burned out by now, but their light is just now reaching us. Yeah, light years away, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Exactly. I mean, it sounds cool, but I mean, could it be proven? You know, shine a light. Okay, shine a light and go farther away from it. Eventually that light is not going to reach you. Yeah, it may reach you if it's a sun or whatever, but you know, I don't know. Is there any way to prove that it's really 1,000 million miles away? Or, I mean, could it be just 50 or 70 or 100 miles away? There's no real way to prove the distance. Okay, you know, we're seeing it. We're seeing the light, but can we prove the distance? I'm not sure. And furthermore, almost the majority of all the stars appear about the same size. All of them appear about, there's some a little bit smaller or bigger than others, but like, you know, they're all about the same size. So what, they're all about the same distance away, or what's going on here? I'm stuck on Michelle's package from yesterday. Yeah. That's what's up. How do flat earthers explain hemispheres? Listen, you're going to have to do your own research, but I would say that they explain it on a model that the sun is moving, not the earth. So like the heliocentric will tell you that the earth is moving. The flat earthers will propose that the sun is moving, so that the revolution around the earth, it's, you know, it goes closer to the North Pole, and then it goes further to the South Pole. You know, that's what changes the season, so that the sun is actually moving. So it's either closer to the north or closer to the south. You know, again, I have no way to prove it or disprove it, you know, but if you look at it like that, it could also make sense. I mean, look at the stars. The stars seem to be, if you look at it like were you here the time that I showed that video that showed the model? Let me show it once again. Here's a proposed map. And again, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying that this is fact or not, but I you know, this is something to look at. Let me pull it up here. Did I do this on D-Lab before? What's the name of this app that shows a map model? I mean, you want to know the map model? The map model is the UN logo. Okay, that's the map model. But let me show you how this thing could work like a clock, with the sun and the moon being the hands of the clock. Just imagine the Earth as the clock, and then the sun and the moon as the hands on the clock going in circles. And I'll show it to you. And again, I'm not saying that this is it and that's what I believe, but I'm saying that this made me go, where is... There it is. Let me, I just found the name. So there's this app. It's called Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Map. App, excuse me. There it is. Can you see this? Check this out. That's the model. You see it? You see the sun? So the sun will go outwards or inwards depending on the season. That's the proposed model. I'm not saying that this is what's going on, but this is the way they're looking at things. So look.
A dynamic new app for teaching family and friends about where they actually live.
That's the model. You see, like the moon, the sun,
and friends.
And I'll tell you, if you start tracking the sun and the moon and the constellations like this, it makes way more sense. It's easier to track. At least in my opinion.
About where they actually live. The sky is a perfect clock.
Look at the time lapse of the stars. The North Star never moves. Polaris doesn't move.
The sun measures the days.
There you go. You see it? Moon and the sun. There you go. In this model, you could have an eclipse. It has nothing to do with curvature. This is the same map that the UN has, guys. They're showing it to you. So, magnetic north is always north. On this map, if you had a compass and you were trying to go around the world, you would just stay headed east or west by keeping the compass on north, and you'd be able to just go in a circle. You could circumvent the entire globe. I ask you guys, how many people have circumvented the globe north to south? Okay, how many people have circumvented the globe north to south? I think there's like no more than 10. It's probably like 5. The majority of them being Masons working directly for the Queen Elizabeth. Okay, how many people have gone around the world east to west? Thousands. Why don't they divert flights over the Antarctic? Oh, because of the Antarctic Treaty. Because we got to save the penguins. Okay, that makes sense. You know, the middle of the Cold War, nuclear bombs, a potential war with Russia and everything, but all the countries can get together and just make a pact just to save the penguins. Just to save the penguins, guys, because, you know, they're important. And we could leave our greed behind. We don't have to go down there and drill for oil or explore anything because, you know, the penguins are important. Beyonce fake baby bump and Michelle's package. Now this, throw it in a circle earth. Yeah. Yesterday we were talking about Michael Obama and that conspiracy. And I used to think that was Funny Bunny. Jojo says champagne Dubai. Dubai. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I like that Dubé video of time manipulation, you know, but, you know, with Dubé, you know, he's not rooting in Christianity. So, you know, I gotta look at him sideways sometimes. You know, he may be Funny Bunny, but just because someone is not rooted in the same thing that I'm rooted in, or they're rooting for another team, I'm a grown man, so I'll listen. And if they're speaking some sort of facts like that time manipulation video, you know, I'm paying attention. You know, it's only women that get triggered by, you know, people that think differently and they don't want to pay attention. I'm not going to be the guy that's ripping up the State of the Union address because I feel some type of way, guys. I'm not going to rip up the flat earthers because, you know, it doesn't seem like what we were taught in school. Again, I want to be clear. The champ doesn't know, okay? I'm just not on board 100% with what NASA's telling us.
The moon measures the months. The stars.
Look at that. Like a clock, guys. Like clockwork.
The zodiac measures the years. The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app with new added features. Weather. Tap for detailed local weather information. Know what phase and where the moon is at all times. Watch the sun travel between...
I'm going to turn off the volume just so you could see it. When I saw this, like the model, and I started looking, and then I started, because I've been tracking the constellations heavy, and I'm like, damn, this stuff makes, like, it makes sense like this. It's easier to understand where we're at in the universe using this model. Now, if it's real, I have no idea. NASA Connect. You see, this is how, you see, it's always, north stays fixed. That's how you can go around the globe. Ola Art says the earth is round, guys, just how nature works. Well, prove it to me. How do you know? Because someone told you in school? Because NASA told you? Prove it. Just prove it to the champ. That's all. How could you prove it? That's the hurdle I'm trying to go over. Prove it to me. That's all. Just make it proof. Verify it. Let's verify. They say in crypto you got to verify. So, how can we verify it? From an independent source? We don't need to only check the only miner out here, which is NASA. They're the only one that's running the blockchain right now. We need to have a little more decentralization with this Earth data. How about the moon data? I need some of that data so that I can do my own research. But hold up. I think they lost it. And it's too difficult to retrieve. It's like their dog ate their homework. I've seen an eclipse as well. That eclipse will work in that model. That model I just showed you could still give you an eclipse. It doesn't prove anything. The eclipse does not prove absolutely anything of the shape of the earth. I just showed you in a model how it could work on that map. That does not prove. Look, the best one, and I'll give you guys a bone here. The best argument, okay, if you guys get caught up in this and you want to be a globe supporter, the best argument to pull out is the Pythagoras shadow experiment. That's the hardest one to debate. And the only rebuttal I have to that is that experiment could produce the same results if the sun was closer. What about comets, Tezos? What about them? What does that prove? That doesn't prove anything. What about stars? They're up there. Comets don't prove the shape of the earth. They just prove that they're up there. We don't even know what they are. There's something flying around. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, guys, we ain't going to mine no comet anytime soon. I'll tell to people out there, we're going to mine the comet, champ, and we're going to get all... Guys, we're not going to do any of that. We haven't even explored the majority of the bottom of the ocean. We haven't even mined Antarctica because we're trying to save the penguins. Enough with it, guys. We're not going to Mars. We're not going to put a man on the moon anytime soon, guys. It's all hype. We've been hearing this since what? We were little kids? We've been hearing, same thing with the climate change. Wasn't the world supposed to end like in 2008 and 2012, again in 2021? How many times has the world supposed to have ended? Guys, come on. Almost 2 hours out here with the boomers. How can flat earth produce a circle shadow? Because you're thinking that the earth's producing the shadow. It could be something. It could be the moon that's producing the shadow. I mean, and again, I'm not here trying to prove the earth is flat. Let me be honest with you guys, okay? I'm not here trying to prove that. And you say, while rotating 24/7, how could you prove that it's even rotating? Like, look, if the school didn't teach you what they taught you and you walked outside just using your eyes, your ears, and your own senses, does the world look like it's spinning to you? Honestly. I mean, like, we don't know shit. You're right, Slobos. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, we don't know. Like, people are like, oh, but because we're rotating at 1,000 miles per hour and this, the whole, like, we don't know. That's the whole thing. The point I'm trying to make is that we don't know. Bottom line. I agree with Slobos. We don't know shit. That's the bottom line. The champ don't know. I'm not your crypto daddy. I'm not your flat earth daddy. I don't know. Okay, all I know is that no one knows the day of Christ's return. That's right, Rafterman. That's right. Boom. I don't know, guys. You know, I don't want to be labeled, you know, a flat earth or anything like that, but I don't give a shit anymore. I'm out here trying to figure out the truth. And if it makes you feel some type of way, I'm going to snipe you out the box. Get out of here. Go listen to CNN. Go listen to NASA. See what they do for you. Tesla says we are being farmed for food. I don't know. That's what they say in some of the movies. I have no idea. I'm just saying I don't know, guys. That's all. You know, I think that takes, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not convinced, though, with NASA's telling me. I'm not. Lady plants his flat earth hubbies. Like, I don't even know. I mean, like, someone the other day was like, yo, champ, the globe is it's not a globe, it's a cube. And I came across another theory, okay, that it's flat, but that it doesn't end at Antarctica, that there's a dome there, and that there's another ring, and that when you're looking at the planets, like the other planets are the suns for the other outer rings of the realm or something like that. I was like, oh, wow, that's an interesting one. So, but, you know, do I believe that? No, I've heard all kinds of stuff. Derek, you're not making any sense, Derek. You're trying to apply the model to a spinning globe. That's why, trapezoid Earth. Yeah, I've heard of that too. Yeah, I mean, but we can all agree to disagree. I mean, no, we don't have to all agree to disagree or anything. I mean, you know, everything in the universe is pretty much round or elliptical shape. Atoms are round, cells are round, planets are round. Erosion shapes things to gravity pull. Okay, so what? If you don't know if the stars are round or if they're just disks. Okay, I mean, do you know that the moon is round? It appears round, but you only see one side of it. So does it spin? Because just using your eyes and your ears and your own God-given senses, the moon does not appear to rotate, okay? For all we know, it's a flat disk in the sky. There's no way to prove otherwise unless you're tuning into NASA. But I'm talking about with your own eyes and ear, with your God-given senses. The moon is not round when you look at it. It's just a disk. Now, it may be round. The tidal lock may be true. I don't know. But you're looking at the same side of the moon the whole time. You've never seen it rotate ever. Never, ever have you seen it rotate. Okay, so don't tell me it's a ball. At most, it's a flat disk from what is visibly seen. Use your eyes and your ears and your own God-given senses. That's what I'm trying to use. Now, maybe it's this way, maybe it's that way. I'm just saying I don't know. Yeah, I don't discount anything. I know better. Yeah, there you go. I mean, remember with Bitcoin in 2008, it's a scam. Don't get it. It's worthless. I'm telling you, this is only for the dark market, blah, blah, blah. And I talked to people in the bank. Don't ever touch that. That's stupid. And then before you know it, things change. So, you tell me, if you keep thinking a certain way, you may miss Bitcoin or the next Bitcoin. Tetsuo says we live in a big ice planet, and inside the planet there's multiple domes with suns and moons farming humans for food. I don't know about the farming part, but I've heard about the multiple suns and being that they're like different planets or whatnot, and they're in the. I just said it with the rings. I don't know if I believe that. I don't have enough, information. I haven't gone deep into that whole. I came across the information. I don't ridicule it. I mean, I take a note of it. And I'm like, okay, that idea is there. And, if I come across other evidence, I may go there. But right now, I'm not that deep. $2. Okay. All right. This is a good one. Almost 2 hours on the stream. Always a pleasure. I'll give it a few more minutes just to make it even 2 hours. Maybe farming humans for organs and sex. I don't know. I have no idea. Rocks are usually round because over time erosion shapes them. Okay, so what does that mean? Like, just because, doesn't mean it's directly correlated, like. And here's with the atom stuff. Don't get me into the nuclear and the atom and the quantum stuff. No one's seen the atom, guys. That's another, And once they looked at the atom, and then there was quarks and there was other stuff, and no one's really seen it. I miss profiting on the internet, and I got to make the same mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. People thought Bitcoin was a scam. They were sipping on the mainstream potion. What's your thoughts on giants build the pyramids? Well, they talk about the Nephilim in the Bible. I don't know. It doesn't really talk about them building the pyramids, from my understanding. So I don't know. But they do talk about the giants in the Bible. So I've seen pictures of what appears to be a corpse of giant bones, but I don't know if that's real. It could be, the next dino. I have no idea. I'm not your crypto daddy, although maybe I should be. Yeah, it's, maybe I should, but I'm not. Giants are stuck in mountains. Mountains are their actual graves. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen no giants, and they're certainly, I don't know. I've seen, they make reference to them in the Bible, but other than that, I don't know. But as far as the pyramids, from what I've seen, I mean, they appear man-made, it could be technology we lost, I don't know. What a power, Chris. Salute to the champ, salute to the shoulders in the trenches. Kaboom, indeed. Titans bigger than giants. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I haven't gone down that rabbit hole. All I know is that I've read about the Nephilim in the Bible. Other than that, I really don't know. Native American stories said red-haired giants ate humans. I'm sure. Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I wouldn't doubt it. Moana can be seen in Hawaii. Okay. All right, guys. This time I'm going to go ahead and tune down. What the hell did I walk into? 2-hour live stream. Shout out to Currency. I know you're a believer, Currency. Thank you so much, Currency. Always stops by, drops me 10 and leaves. I appreciate you so much. Currency, go check out his channel. He's got the Patreon. He's out there kabooming. Thank you so much, Currency. No, we got off on a tangent. We started talking about the curvature of the earth and more. What's up with the bits? Wussing around to hit 10K. Hopefully, we're at 97.70. It's looking good. Thank you once again to Currency. Dropped me $10 there. Thank you so much, Currency. Guys, follow Currency. Give him some love out there. And check out his Patreon. Or Currency, we need you on D-Live. I know you don't really live stream, but I'm trying to get as many people out there just so that we can look strong. Ola Art says round shape is nature's ideal form. That's what you believe. Okay, whatever. But you still haven't proved anything. You're giving me some indirect correlations, which are good, but they're not. They're not. They don't prove anything. It's circumstantial evidence. You don't have to interpret religion literally to be religious. I don't really, what does that really mean? I don't know what that means. Keep it real, fellas. Much love to the champ. Was a dope stream till again. Peace out. Indeed. Shout out to Currency. Thank you once again. Shout out to Slowbos, Derek, Ola, Task Force Southside Player, Tetsuo, and all the boomers. I appreciate the conversation, guys. I really do. And, if you take anything from this is don't believe me. Okay. Don't believe what the champ's saying. Go figure it out on your own. But don't believe what people in white coats are telling you either. Don't believe what the mainstream is telling you. Figure it out on your own, okay? And verify. Don't trust, but verify. Verify. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't trust the champ. Go verify on your own. And when I mean by verify, it's not to try to find evidence that supports your claim. That's not verification. I need proof. Okay? Anecdotal references, exactly. That's not proof. Looks like a double top forming. BTC, be cautious. Sub Boomer. Shout out Bit Papa. Yeah, I'm tuning this one down. We went long, 2 hours plus. We started talking about flat earth, the curve. We got into every subject, religion and more. The Giants. Guys, somebody give me some suggestions for some clips out here. I need to boom up the channel here. We got 14,000 plus subs. We need to hit them hard. YouTube's trying to hate on me. What is there to prove? You could see it with your own eyes. Exactly. You can't see the curve with your own eyes. You can't see the rotation with your own eyes. You can't see that the moon is a ball with your own eyes. It only appears as a disc. That's the only thing that you can actually see. Now, it may or may not be, but the only thing you see is a disc in the sky. It does not rotate visibly to your eye. It may or may not be rotating. I don't know, but you cannot see it rotate with your own eyes. Okay? And it's not round to your own eyes. It's flat. A flat disc is appearing in the sky. We don't know what's behind it. Okay? And if it was a ball, you explain to me why the luminescence is the same brightness at the center than it is at the curves. If you shine a light on a round ball, it's going to be the light will reflect more in the middle than it will around the curves. The light will die off on the curves, right? It won't be as bright on the curve as it would be in the middle. Just shine a light bulb, shine a flashlight on a ball in a dark room. The light will be brighter at the center of the round object than it would be at the edges because it's curved. Okay, but shine a light at a flat disc and the light will be even. I'm not saying that it proves anything. I'm just saying that it raises questions. Giants are still here, 7 to 8 foot humans. People were like 4 to 5 feet back then. They don't know either, champ. Yeah, I heard about that too. I don't know. I haven't gone down the giant rabbit hole. I can't really even talk about the subject because I don't know. All I know is that the Nephilim were talked about in the Bible. That's all I know. Damn, in all the years they told me it's round and the moon also with videos and rotation effects, goddamn mass media in school. I'm just saying, use your own eyes and ears. Like, is the moon rotating to your eyes and ears? Forget about what they told you in school. Step outside and show me. It's just a flat disc. It appears as a flat disc in the sky. It doesn't rotate. Okay, maybe it does when we can't see it or whatnot, but with your own eyes and ears, with your senses, you cannot see the globe rotating. You can't see the moon rotating. You can't see any of the stars rotating. They just move through the sky. Okay? But, people, I mean, they're married to this. It's cognitive dissonance to a certain extent. And I mean, I've been there too. Like, once I opened up some of these rabbit holes, I'm like, hold up. A lot of this stuff is not like making logical sense for the things that we've been told. And it kind of freaked me out. But once you have a root, okay, once you believe in the good Lord, whether it's a ball or a flatter, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's the Lord's plan, So, really, it shouldn't freak you out. It shouldn't freak you out. Whether the earth is flat or round, it shouldn't freak you out. If you have faith in the good Lord, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, right? But it matters in a different way. Look up Titans and Mountains, Giant People and Animals. Some you could see on Google Earth Maps too. Okay, yeah, I'll go down that rabbit hole. I mean, I've gone down like the dino rabbit hole too, the Bone Wars and the fake dinos and stuff. I may have to check out the Giants. I don't know much about that. Yeah, Nixon phones with the astronauts in HD in real time. There is like not even a delay. Like it's like, you read me? In like 2 seconds, boop, I'm right back. It's like even if they had a direct connection, it should take like maybe 5 to 10 seconds for the signal to come back and forth from 233,000 miles away. 233,000 miles away. And we streamed with no problems. And I got problems here on YouTube sometimes. In the 1960s, guys. Let me pull up this video for you guys. I think if Marlon's still here, I would like for you to check out this video. Back to the moon. Because the moon's one of the big lies. Because we can debate about the Earth and the curvature and all that. It's more gray area. But the moon, guys, this is like pretty much a shut case. This is like pretty much shut. I'm going to keep showing you guys. And I know Crypto Task Force has seen this. Guys, this is a 3-hour video. Watch this. Okay? And watch this and then come talk to me. That's all I got to say. I've never seen such a thorough examination, a thorough case than I have with this video here. You're onto something, champ, says Big Papa. Well, you know, so are you. You're the one that, was it you or a copy? Somebody, I think, may have been original copy, but it could have been you pointing me on the direction of the oiling of America and the inversion of the food pyramid. That's another scam. You know. Moon is the Death Star. Yeah, I don't know what the moon is. Okay, I don't. Like, I was looking at during the day, and it appeared transparent to me. I have no idea what the Luna is, but you keep looking into it, you may become a lunatic. All right, guys, I really got to go now. It's past 12 o'clock. Yeah, check out that American Moon video. Come talk to me. If you're still out there, Marlon, I would like you to watch that. But, the moon is a shut case, guys. I mean, if you believe that, we went up there with Scotch tape and stuff, like, come on. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Stop believing the hype. I used to be that guy, too, because I want to believe it. Like, I don't got anything against space, against astronauts or anything like that. Super cool. I mean, like, it's awesome. Watch the sun go around the North Pole. It never drops below the horizon. I know, that's another one. I know, Big Papa. But, people got to figure it out on their own. And again, I don't know what the shape is or it's not, but like, it's hard to prove that the Earth is spinning in the middle of nowhere. And, you can't prove it. And NASA has lost all credibility. They're out there making, I don't know how much per day. Is it like 70 million a day that gets pumped into that program? Great stream today. Thank you, Jojo. Big Papa dropped me 2. Thank you, Big Papa. Kaboom. He says, no, don't leave. I have, I did eat some breakfast, so, I could be here. I had problems phoning with Germany to Africa in the 90s with delays. Skype early 2000s too, and there's Nixon, the fraud, phoning clearly without delay. I know. It's like crystal clear, HD. And then, okay, let's say it did work, okay? Where is the data? Where is the schematics? Can't we reproduce this? I mean, because if you got a satellite that can stream 233,000 miles in real time, then, maybe Google wants to recreate it. Maybe a big company needs those schematics. But, they lost the data. How are we spinning on and off an axis if the sun never drops below the horizon on the North Pole? I know. And of course, astronauts flying back home without problems and rocket. Yeah, exactly. It's like the first go to. It's like they never even sent even a monkey there first. It's like the first go, the first time they launched the rocket, everything worked perfectly. I mean, it's pretty obvious, guys. When it comes to the moon, okay, it's pretty obviously. The other stuff, I would say, requires a little more critical thinking. With all respect, though, champ, just because you can't prove something with your own eyes doesn't mean others can't or haven't. That's true. Yes, exactly. That is true. But just because I can't prove it, you're right. Doesn't mean that others can't or have not. I'm just saying I can't prove it. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So yes, you summarized it correctly, and you could use the same logic with just because NASA says something doesn't mean it's real or it's not. Just because NASA showed you a little video of Neil Armstrong on the moon doesn't really mean shit. Show me the data. They don't show you any of the telemetry data. None of it. Like, they're monitoring also biometric data. How do the suits keep the climate control for such a long time? I mean, how long? How many weeks were they out there? How long were they rolling around in a rover in the moon? How did the spacesuit actually? Where is the actual data? Can we recreate it? No, doesn't exist. The data doesn't exist. Actually, let me show you this clip too. Look at this.
Read between the lines. Take a look.
Don Pettit, an astronaut. Okay, listen to what he says. Okay, this is from NASA himself. Okay, this is what the guy has to say about the moon.
Read between the lines. Take a listen.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be...
And look what they show you, like an Xbox graphic.
One of the next series of steps that humans do. The first step should be going back to the moon for a number of technical reasons. Technology to do that anymore.
Let me repeat that.
The problem is we don't have the moon in a nanosecond. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology.
You destroyed the technology of the greatest expedition of mankind. Guys, come on. I mean, like, seriously, there's nobody that saved the data of the greatest expedition that mankind has ever done. They destroyed it. That's like saying my dog ate the homework, guys. Do you know the level of retardation that you need to have to believe this story? Come on, guys. What happened to Stanley Cooper? Case closed. I think you're talking about Stanley Kubrick. Yes, and I agree. Now, Derek says, the moon does sound a little funny bunny the more you talk about it. Derek, all of it is funny bunny the more you look into it, Derek. But, you're still a youngster, and I'll let you slide because, you're still, you're 20 something. You've been heavily indoctrinated by the liberal camps out there. You're probably just fresh out of college from a bunch of professors that have been indoctrinated with the critical theory by Saul Alinsky, rules for radicals. I mean, we've been deep in the matrix, guys. LOL, champ, you got a point with... That's what I'm saying, Derek. That's what I'm saying. You start with the moon, and then you start seeing who ran the moon, the NASA program. What's his name? The Nazi scientist that they took out of Germany ran the NASA program. What's this guy's name? He talks about the firmament on his tombstone, guys. What's this guy's name? I'm going blank. But yeah, I showed that to you guys the other day. The head of NASA, the first guy, was a Nazi scientist brought over with Operation Paperclip. Guys, it's all a bunch of fraud on top of fraud. So, look, you got to understand this. These people are playing poker. Okay, part of playing poker is to re-raise. You never fold your card. You never just call you don't just call. Like if you're playing poker, okay, and you want to bet at the pot, you better raise. If not, you don't appear strong. That's part of the strategy. Yeah, Werner von Braun, exactly. Werner von Braun, the Nazi scientist. Oh, did I show? Did I not show you the video? Was the display off? Was it just the audio you heard? Let me repeat the video. Don Pettit, the NASA astronaut, and there's another one of him. I'll stick with this one, but this guy's it's funny.
The lines. Take a listen.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to
destroyed the technology. Like, come on, that's like the worst excuse ever. Yeah, Van Braun. And then they show you these, all the NASA graphics that they show, they're all CGI. All the pictures of the Earth are all CGI. And they actually admitted there's I don't know the name of the guy, but if we search enough, you could actually, there's a video of the gentleman that made the CGI images talking about how he decided to create the image of the moon of the Earth for NASA based on all the data. And what he's doing is creating an image of what people think the Earth may look like. He even says it. So they don't got no picture of the Earth. The only so-called true picture of the Earth that they've shown us is the one from the alleged moon landing. And now, they show you a picture of the Earth. I think this is the one. I got it here. Let me show you this one. It's an Xbox graphics, guys. Let me show you this. This is the picture of the Earth, the alleged picture of the Earth from the moon landing. Do I got it up here? There it is. So this is the famous picture of, look how funny bunny this does not look like a composite image. Okay, let's assume that this is real. Okay, let's assume that this is a real. Okay, you're sitting on the moon and you're looking at the Earth. The Earth appears about the same size as the moon when viewed from the Earth. But NASA tells us that the Earth is how many times bigger than the moon? So if you're sitting on the moon looking at the Earth should look way bigger than this. Okay? Way bigger. Look at the horizon here, okay? And you're looking at the so-called Earth. Wouldn't this Earth be like, I don't know, like half this? I mean, it would be like this big, right? Like it would fill up a lot more of the image. So yeah. What about Buzz hitting the reporter for asking about the moon? Yeah, the reporter had him swear on the Bible. He freaked out and he didn't, and he punched him. All the astronauts from the moon landed quit NASA during the Apollo missions. The first, Buzz and the other guy, they ended up, this other guy? The other guy that was with Buzz, which is not Neil Armstrong. So Neil Armstrong didn't talk for how many years? They never went to the inaugurations or the ceremonies to celebrate the moon landing. Nothing. They just. Did you guys ever see the interview right when they talked to the press right after the moon? They looked freaked out. They do not look happy about what just happened. We can keep going. We can keep going out there, guys, because this is like 101 uncovering the truth. Like, come on. If you can't see this one, then you're probably watching porn. An astronaut power punching a reporter, and he made studies going to the moon. Yeah, it's like the reporter's like, "Did you really go? Just swear on the Bible. Let me know." And the guy freaks out and punches him in the face. I mean, if you really went, wouldn't that be like, wouldn't you be proud? Like, if you actually really did it and you were that guy, wouldn't you come back with a smile at least? Like, guys, we did it, USA, or I don't know, like a battle cry, or, a fist pump or some sort of excitement. But if, they seen the spaceships on the moon, supposedly. I'm not believing in the aliens either, guys. Well, we might as well show you the interview. Before I tune out, I'm going to show you the interview of the astronauts. You tell me if these guys look like they actually came back from the moon. Somewhere around here.
The first human beings to have ever visited another celestial body and to have safely returned from it. On the recovery ship, they are welcomed by President Nixon in person. Are placed here for a press conference in front of the global members of the press, who welcome them with a standing ovation.
It's the first time they talk to the press. Now let's look at them.
Everyone expects to see three absolute heroes radiating with happiness and pride for their incredible achievement. But their faces appear somber, tense, somehow preoccupied instead. They seem uncomfortable, and there are several truly embarrassing moments during the event. When the three astronauts are asked the meaning of a mission that has brought mankind on another celestial body for the first time, the three don't seem too eager nor too enthusiastic about answering the question.
Many of us and many other people in many places have speculated on the meaning of this first landing on another body in space. Would each of you give us your estimate of what is the meaning of this to all of us?
And when Armstrong describes their achievement as the beginning of a new era, he seems more like a person forced to read from a script than someone actually convinced of his own words.
The entire program, it's a beginning of a new age.
Possibly the most embarrassing moment of all comes when the famous astronomer and journalist Sir Patrick Moore asks the astronauts whether they could see stars from the moon.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars and the solar corona in spite of the glare?
But not one of them, surprisingly, remembers having seen a single star by the naked eye.
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics.
Even Collins, who was left orbiting the moon while the other two descended on the surface, does not remember seeing a single star.
I don't remember seeing any.
This is a truly disconcerting fact, given that their colleagues from the Gemini missions, who flew in space a few years before them, recall the long hours spent looking at the stars.
We'd spend several hours just with our faces pressed up against the window at night with all the lights turned down low and watching the stars.
I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I don't want to share any more of this video. I left the link to this incredible documentary. It's 3.5 hours long. And I mean, you know, once you watch that, I would say I'm 99% sure that the moon landing is fake. Or at least what they showed us is not real. Like that video is, you know, maybe we did go up there, but what they showed us is not real. I'm about 99.9% sure of that. And now, as far as all the other stuff we're talking about, you know, there's more plausible deniability. But with this, I mean, this is case closed, in my opinion. Sorry to break it to some of you guys, you know, but this is you gotta look at the facts here. You gotta ask yourself, do you believe what this guy's telling you? You look at his face. I mean, does this guy look like he just achieved the greatest expedition of mankind? Does any of these guys look like that? Guys, if you actually made it happen, you'd be coming back with the biggest smile. You'd be like, yo, we're ready to go. I mean, we just went to the moon, boomers. I mean, kaboom to the moon, basically. So start there. I'll leave it that. And again, don't get mad out there, guys. You know, actually be happy, you know, that you're starting to see a little more clearly. It's 2020. It's time to have a better vision. I'll take a few more comments and questions before I actually get out of here, guys. It's lunchtime, and I'm going to go ahead with my day. I see there's a little lag here. I'm looking at the replay, and it seems like this stream is probably about 30 seconds off, or maybe even more. But on that note, guys, I'll leave you with that. If you want to watch the entire video, I linked it there in the stream. I'd be smiling just for making it back. Exactly, just for making it back alive. I mean, like, these guys look like, I mean, and then what happens after is that they quit NASA. They quit and they never showed back up for anything. They didn't want nothing to do with NASA. They quit. They just, they said they retired, you know, and they got off the radar. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to BitPop, Crypto Task Force, and the rest of the boomers. Everybody that threw ducats here in the bucket. Thank you to, let me see who threw some ducats here. Can I see who did? No, I can't see, but I know Rafterman did. I know Bit Papa threw me something in currency. And if I didn't shout you out, my bad. I'll be back tomorrow. 2.5 hour stream. Good one, guys. Maybe we could do some clips on this. Stay strong out there. Put some weight on the bar. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin. Cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thank you for tuning in.